What's going on? What's going on? Yo, it's your boy Rudy LaRose in the building, baby. And I am so super excited to have each and every one of you right here, right now, in the building with your boy every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And I couldn't be happier to be here. I can't even think of a better place to be. Maybe on the beach. But if I was on the beach, guess what? I still will be doing it at the beach with y'all. So I'm excited to be here. Do me a favor. Let us know where you're chiming in from. If you're from Florida, if you're from New York, you know what I'm saying? If you're from California, if you're from, Japan, Africa, Australia, England, Haiti, Santo Domingo, Cuba. I mean, wherever you chiming in from, let us know in the comments below where you chiming in from so we can know who we're talking to, who is live in the house. Also, let us know if we don't see it, let us know your name. Say, my name is Jose, and I'm in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who's watching right now. We appreciate you guys. If you're feeling what you're listening to, let us know in the comment section, heart level. Let us know in the comment section, hashtag heart level, because everything that we do as men, we do it at heart level, baby. And so tonight, we have some exciting special guests right here in the building, in the studios. That's the virtual studios, that is. But before I go there, I want you to watch something real special. So check this out, y'all.
People have this reoccurring nightmare that there's something, some force that's got a hold of them and it's holding them down and they can't break free. No matter what they do, they can't break free from that force. Well, I'm here to tell you that that thing in your nightmare, that thing that's holding you back, that thing that's dragging you down, that thing is you.
There are two fundamental attitudes toward life and its sorrows. Those with the first attitude blame the world. Those with the second ask what they could do differently. It's much easier and much more gratifying to your basest desires to blame someone else for your misery.
You know what's so funny? We want people to make guarantees to us, but we're not willing to make guarantees to ourselves. That's the problem with some of you. You always want to blame other people. You owe you an explanation. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You need to put yourself on punishment. You need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts. No, we working out now. You need to tell you that you owe you something.
Every day I demand more from myself than anybody else could humanly expect. I'm not competing with somebody else. I'm competing with what I'm capable of. My number one competition is me. It's always you versus you. You got to be the one to get up every morning, be disciplined, put in the consistent daily hard work, because that gains success. No coach, no trainer, no mentor, no boss can do it. You versus you.
I value myself enough to give 120% or don't do it. There is no excuse for not living up to your fullest potential. No excuse. You walk out of this room, you owe yourself. I didn't get here making excuses. What changed? I changed. And I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me. And I said, I'm going to grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day to become a victor and not a victim. Why? Because I owe it to myself. Can't nobody stop me but me.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That was from your boy, Eric Thomas. Love that, brother, man. Love that, brother. You owe it to you. You owe it to yourself to be here. You owe it to you to live the best life. You owe it to you to be everything that you were created to be. Because guess what? Everything around you, all the things that we see that's been created by God are doing exactly what they're supposed to do, right? And so you were created to do something uniquely special. You have a unique identifier to your purpose, and that is why we are here tonight. My name is Rudy LaRose. Once again, I am your host or your co-host, one of your co-hosts for tonight at Confidence Factor Talks. And tonight, we're going to talk about how to level up in 3 ways, right? How to level up in 3 ways and get a running start for 2021. That's right. We're already talking about 2021. We know a few days from now, Turkey's going to be over. And with that being said, I like to bring in my boys to the party because you know what? We roll in 3s, you know? We roll in pack of 3s. So ladies and gentlemen, make some noise all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, the master story himself. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. The master storyteller, certified Mr. Bobby B.
Yo, what's happening? Yo, I got my paperwork, baby. I got my paperwork. You know what I mean? I got the paperwork. It says I'm legit. I'm legit now.
You didn't get this on eBay, huh? You didn't get this on eBay, huh?
I ain't get it. You can't get this on eBay, baby. You can't get it on eBay. I'm now part of the crew. I'm part of the crew. I was in the rear, but I'm in. I'm in now. I'm in.
Yes, sir.
What's up, good people? What's up, good people? Good to see everybody. Today's a great day, best day of my life. I'm doing impossible things, and I hope you are too. It's your boy Bobby B.
In the building, indeed. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion himself, the red glove one, the professor in the building from Orlando. Make some noise for Mr. Durian Hill.
What's going on, family? What's going on? Listen, I am excited to be here tonight. We are talking about 2021. We're not even talking about 2020 anymore. We're talking about 2021. Some of the things that you can do right now to really level up. If you are excited about leveling up your business, if you're excited about leveling up your personal life, we are excited that you are here because we're going to talk about 3 ways to do so. So stay tuned. This is going to be fun. This is going to be transformative. This is going to help you to level up in your life. So fellas, I'm excited. As you know, we're all wearing the Master Storyteller t-shirt tonight. And as Bobby said, you just can't get this on eBay, right?
No, sir.
You got to go through a process to be certified to get the Master Storyteller t-shirt, right? You got to go through a process to be certified to get this shirt. And I'm excited because all of us were able to go through a process. We learned about, telling our stories. How was that experience for you guys, man? How was that experience for you, Bobby, real quick?
Well, we want to talk about the fresh one in the building. So yes, Mr. Bobby B, let us know.
It was good, man. Hey, look, I'm not gonna lie. The first 2 days I was panicking because everybody was like, I'm getting a breakthrough. I was like, I'm slowing the bus here. I don't know what's happening. And on day three, I had a major breakthrough, and bam, just like they said, I trust the process. But I did play full out.
How'd you play?
Full out.
How'd you play?
Full out.
How'd you play?
Full out.
Love it, man. And of course, we're going to be playing full out tonight because we have a full court tonight. We got a full court. We got a panel guest tonight that's going to be sharing some of their thoughts pertaining to the topic tonight. Of course, as we said, we're talking about leveling up, the 3 ways to be able to get a running start, right? We're running into 2021. We're not looking back. We're moving forward, right, fellas? We're moving forward. So we're thankful that you guys are here. As you know, as Confidence Factor Men, we have a challenge coming up. We have a 7-day challenge coming up. So we want to let you guys know about that early before we get started. And you can certainly go to challenge.confidencefactor.com. For 7 days, we're going to be creating an environment and an experience where you can literally start to have the tools and the resources and be in an environment that supports your purpose. So we want you to be a part of this journey with us. We want you to come along with us as we continue to level up in all ways in life and in business. So we're excited. So fellas, take it away, man. What are we doing today? What are we doing today?
Man,
in terms of
speaking of challenge, I just want to take a minute or so to talk about that, because a lot of times when we talk about challenge, right, we think, oh man, a challenge. I don't know. I'm man and nobody challenged me or whatever. Whatever comes to your mind when we talk about challenge. Here's what I know. What I know about challenges, you see this gentleman right here, this guy right on that panel right there. You see that gentleman right there? When he challenged me to my health, when he challenged me to get better, when he challenged me for workout, when he challenged me to show up 3 times a week to get healthier, man, it was game on. It changed my life. Because here's the thing, before I was challenged, even though in my head I wanted to do it, in my lips I was saying it, but I wasn't stepping forth in the challenge of it all. And when I begin to be challenged by him and say, look, you say you want to do this, you say you want to be healthier, you say you want to live up to your full potential, you say you want to live a long life, you say all these things, I challenge you to show up for your life. I challenge you to show up every day or every time that we get on and make something happen for you. And so that's what we're trying to do with the men. We're trying to challenge you to show up for your best life. Not because we're any better, but because we understand as a community, as someone who can hold one another accountable, man, it is so much more impactful when you have that brother right to your, to your right. You got that brother below. You got that brother in the background. You know what I'm saying? That is there for you and say, let's go. And it's because of that, your boy got guns now. You know what I'm saying? Your boy got some guns. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I got a secret weapon called community, and I love it, man. So I just wanted to share that, bro. It's so important. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So of course we're here to talk about these 3 ways, right? So we want to reveal these 3 ways. I know you guys are just anticipating what these 3 ways are.
Yes.
So we're gonna kick it off, and of course, the great Bobby is going to share the first way and take off the show for us, and then we'll of course go into the other ways and kind of share some stories and some teachings on all those ways. So stay tuned. So Bobby, go ahead and take it with me, man. Oh, Rudy, what do you got?
Before he does, I actually would like to introduce the panelists, because as soon as he's done, he's going to bring them on with the questions. So why don't we just introduce the panelists first so that everybody knows what's going on, and then we can go ahead and start with Bobby.
Wonderful. Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir. So coming to the stage, I'm going to bring in my first guest, because, you know what I'm saying, you might recognize his voice from the Lion King. You might recognize his voice. Very powerful brother, all the way from Canada, now residing in Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for my man, Mr. John Watkins.
All right, thank you for having me, gentlemen. Glad to be here.
Oh, it's the voice, boy. It's the voice. Morgan Freeman ain't got him on this, you know what I'm saying? Welcome, Mr. John. Thank you for joining us tonight, sir.
Looking forward to it.
Can you tell us in a few words or less something special about you that everybody needs to know?
I was the first Canadian-born actor to play Mufasa in The Lion King. Yes, so first Canadian-born actor, maybe the only Canadian-born actor who's played that role.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Awesome, That's awesome, man. Thank you for joining us, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Round of applause.
Round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I got another special panelist on the show. Young cat just joining the Confidence Factor, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise all the way from Poinciana, Florida, Dr. Love Jones.
What's up?
Love Jones.
What's up, everyone? What's going on? What's up?
What's going on? Oh, excuse me. Author, speaker, entrepreneur, Mr. Javon, Dr. Love Jones. Excuse me. I apologize, my brother.
It's great. I'm here. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be on this panel. What's going on, gentlemen?
Oh man, awesome, man, awesome. I'm glad to have you here, man, and I'm glad to be here as well, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tell the people one special thing that they need to know about you right now. Give me one special thing.
One thing about me is that I'm resilient. Ain't nothing stopping me from getting to whatever I want to do in life.
All right. One thing that y'all may not know about him is that little thing you see behind him. That's his book, y'all. So don't let him fool you. It's not just a poster, all right? Thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, former Orlando, the real estate mogul himself. Woo, closing deals left and right, baby. Listen, I want that house, bro. That's all I want to say. Make some noise for my man Edson in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's up? Listen, I didn't write a book. Look, I didn't play Mufasa. I'm not an actor. Listen, all right. I'm just trying to. I'm just here, man. I'm trying to learn from everybody and all of that stuff. But congrats to you guys and everything that you've accomplished so far. Many, many more, man. I love hearing stuff like that, man. Great deal.
Those are the guys we got to worry about, because it's the guys that tell you, I don't play basketball like Jordan. You know, I don't own a sports team, but I'm Jordan's agent. You know what I'm saying? Second, those are the guys you got to watch out for. Thank you for joining us, my brother. Thank you for being here, man, to join us in this wonderful panel. And last but not least, guys, you see this wonderful creation that we have going on. You see all these transitions that are happening. See, your boy's learning new language. Transitions that are happening. That would not be possible without my man, the media. What did we call him? Double M7. We call him Double M7. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Lamont Gwen in the building. What's going on? We can't hear you. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
What's going on, fellas, man? Listen, I'm in the back doing this live, and I'm like super nervous. Like, okay, I got to do this and be on the panel. So thank you so much for having me. I'm going to keep my comments real short so I can make sure that everything happens according to plan.
Oh, man, that's wonderful, man. I know you got this, man. You got this, brother. With that being said, we're going to talk about 3 ways for you to level up for 2021. Not 2020, because 2020 is about done, man. I mean, we're in September what? September what? What's today? 22nd? We got a few weeks left for 2020. And I'm not saying to stop what you're doing and forget about 2020. What I'm saying is don't wait till December. Don't wait till January. Don't wait till November. Let's get a running start now for 2021 by following these 3 simple rules. Number 1, Bobby, take it away for us, brother.
Rule number 1, man, you got to have a vision for your life. That's what I want to start us off by saying. You got to have a vision. You know, back in 2003, when I first got involved in real estate, I was actually working in the mall, working a regular corporate job. And I really, really wanted to own some real estate. Only issue is, like, I had no money and I had no credit, right? But just like everybody else, you know, I had a wife, I had a family, and I was looking to own a property, but I didn't know how to do it. So I just started reading some books, and I started, you know, listening to tapes and going to different seminars and, you know, talking to different investors. And when that happened, you know, I was just studying, and I studied for about 9 months. And here's the thing, guys, I didn't do anything with it. I had a vision. I wanted to own a house and also wanted to get involved in real estate. And I wanted to begin to buy properties and make money. I heard everybody saying you can make money in real estate. And I didn't do anything with it. I didn't do anything. I studied and I did everything. And when I made a call, they said, make the call. I made the call. And I got a guy on the phone, and the guy was going to actually sell me the house. And I got scared. I got scared and I backed off. And I gave him a solution over the phone to go solve his own situation without me, right? And so that deal didn't work out. And from that, I kind of let the vision just sizzle away, just fade away, until something happened. And what happened was my wife ended up going to the hospital. She had a major surgery. And when she had that major surgery, we were in a property that we were trying to buy that didn't work out. When it didn't work out, I ended up having to move in with my mother and my wife. And that is not cool as a married man, right? So the vision I had was fading away. I'm living in a property with my wife, with my mother, and my mother's kids, which are my younger brothers. And it just wasn't working out. They weren't getting along. We were in just a very tough place. So what happened was the story, what happened was I ended up getting up 5 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to get my own place. I was just totally frustrated how things were going. And I ended up driving up and down, doing what the books told me to do. And I ran into this guy. And I called this guy, and basically, long story short, he asked me, what are you trying to do? And I explained to him my story, how I studied to get into real estate. It didn't work out. And then my wife had a surgery and now I'm living with my mom and I wanted to get in real estate really bad. And the guy says, I'm going to help you. Right there on the phone. I didn't even know him 15 minutes. He says, I'm going to help you. And long story short, this gentleman ended up using his real estate commission to help me buy my first real estate property, which was my property that I moved in. And after moving into that property, I then turned around and I began to implement the things that I learned after getting the first deal. My first house was my breakthrough. After that first breakthrough, I did my first, what we call real estate wholesale flip, and I made over $13,000 on my very first deal after moving in my brand new house. From that, the bug, I couldn't scratch that itch. You guys know it. You make $13,000 on one deal, you're going to keep going. And I just kept going and I didn't stop. So it was a beautiful thing. But the point I want to bring out about this whole thing is that Michael Beckwith says, pain pushes until the vision pulls. Pain pushes until the vision pulls. A lot of us are going through things in our lives and we have a vision inside of us. Like I wanted to get involved in real estate and you have a vision inside of you as something that you want to do. But the question is, are you sitting back and allowing outside circumstances to dictate to you, to tell you you can't do it? Are you, have you learned some things and maybe like I did, you put it on the side and didn't apply what you learned? And what Michael Beckwith is saying by pain pushes until the vision pulls, he's actually saying that if you don't pursue your vision, if you don't pursue it, pain is going to push you around. It's going to, the universe, God is going to push you around until you get up and you become aggressive at going after your hopes, your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations. And that's what I didn't do, right? When you go back to the story and you think about it, I learned the things for about 9 months and then I didn't do anything with it, right? And so the question becomes in your life, we came into 2020, we were hearing all these things about 2020 vision and this is the year and people can see it happening and it was going to be some major manifestations and then COVID hit. And so the question is, what happened after COVID hit? Did you continue to work on your goals? Did you allow COVID to manipulate you and to push you around? Because, the thing is, you're still going to have that vision inside of you. And so to bring it to fruition, you have to begin to let that vision pull you in the direction in which you want to go. When you begin to become aggressive and go after that vision, things will begin to change naturally. Until then, you're going to always feel like that things are happening to you, that you're maybe stuck in a cycle, you're stuck in a loop and things are not working out for you. So I wanted to share that because here's the deal. We're all born. And that's your starting destination, right? In this world, you're born. And the question is where you're going to go. That's your vision. Vision is a preferred future, seeing what you want to see, an anticipated outcome or result that you're looking for in your life. I saw myself as a real estate investor, entrepreneur, making millions of dollars. That's how I saw myself, right? How do you see yourself? Those are some things I'd like to know from you guys. So type in the chat, what vision did you start off the year with? And what vision have you always had inside of you? Because that's the first step, having a vision. Without a vision, the people are going to perish. It's like basically having no target up. If you have no target up, there's nothing to hit, right? You're just going to be going along. So when you're born into this world, that's your starting place. But the question is, where do you want to end up? Where's your ending destination? That's what we're looking for. So if you don't have an ending destination, you're always going to kind of just be like, lollygagging around and just doing whatever. Vision helps to give you focus on the things that you're going to say yes to and the things that you're going to say no to. What's your vision for your life? So I like to bring in the panel because I want to talk to the panel just a little bit about you guys. And this is open for any one of you guys. 2020 started. What vision did you guys have? Did your vision change when COVID hit? Did you guys, let's see, I wrote down, you guys, did you change your vision? Did you hold your vision? Did you end up switching visions because of COVID? And what do you plan on doing for 2021? So anybody is open to answer that question.
All right, I will take the lead on this one. All right, so 2020 is the vision. That was the year. So what people thought is 2020 is just going to happen automatically. Things are just going to get cleared. Now you got to adjust your lens. because that's what happened in 2020. We all had to adjust our lens. So for me, I had to learn to adjust to what the circumstance is, but I didn't lose my vision. It just got better. I got to see clearer on what my path is and what I was. Yes, I had plans lined up. I had things I want to do. My book came out this year. I had book tours I was going to schedule. I had a whole marketing plan that I had to readjust. And that's only because the circumstances that was given to us, I had to learn to do it. So I didn't lose my vision. I just readjusted and still came through the same way that I imagined it.
Excellent. I love it. I love it. Thanks for sharing, Dr. Love. And those of you, Dr. Love has a book. This is his book. It's called Level Up. You see, I got my paper clip on there because I've been reading the book. It's a good book. You know, I got paper clips in there, so it's the real deal, not just throwing a promo out. So you can find his book. So we'll be able to share that with you later. What about the rest of you guys? Did you guys, in your vision for 2020 and your vision for 2021, did you find yourself changing vision? Did you hold your vision, or what happened with you guys?
I'll jump in on this one. You know, one of the things that I've been doing since 1996 is business travel. And what happens a lot in business travel is that your flights get delayed. You sometimes have to go to a different gate. You end up waiting to get to your destination, but the destination doesn't change. And so that's what 2020 has been like for me this year. You know, I was supposed to be in Nairobi. I had a number of in-person conferences that got canceled, one after the next after the next. The flight was delayed, basically. But that hasn't changed what I've been focusing on. And so right now I'm actually enrolled in a course because my goal has been to be a sponsored speaker. You know, this has been a vision of mine for a long time, and I finally pulled the trigger on it to make sure that I got myself the education. But right now I'm sitting in the seats. I'm waiting for the flight to take off, but at the same time I'm educating myself because when the plane is finally ready to leave the gate, I'm going to be on it. I will reach my destination. Regardless of when or how, I'll get there.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, John. Appreciate you. That was awesome. Darren, you want to jump in? You look like you're hot and ready to go.
No, I mean, listen, I love the analogy. The analogy was really cool around using the plane and not letting go of your destination and the vision for your life, but realizing that you're still on the tarmac. And while you're on the tarmac, you have an opportunity to invest that time in yourself. You know, they said an investment in yourself is the greatest interest that you're going to receive. And so I love what John said in terms of using the opportunity to not change the vision, but to invest in yourself so that when the plane takes off to that destination, you're much more equipped, you're much ready to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that are available to you. So I love that. Yeah, great stuff, man. Sweet stuff. Yeah.
So, and let's see. Edson, Edson or Lamont, do you guys want to jump in on vision? Edson, do you want to jump in on vision? Did your vision change for 2020, or did you hold your vision, or how did it affect you?
Honestly, the vision did not change. What I had planned for 2020 was definitely still in place. But what I noticed in the first quarter, what I had planned for myself, I wasn't prepared for. That's what I noticed changed, was that though the vision was there, I wasn't prepared for it. And I think what happened was when COVID hit, it allowed me the time to kind of adjust and make changes to the vision in order for it to work out. Because as soon as the middle of the second quarter started to hit, things started to change because I made adjustments to the vision.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that first quarter, it wasn't working for me. First half of the second quarter, then COVID hit, and I thought it was going to be, I thought, I don't know. Everybody else was probably thinking the same thing. Like, what are we going through right now? What? This is uncomfortable. It's different. It's going to completely shift what we're doing. But it worked out for me in the sense that it allowed me the time to poise myself and make adjustments, just like Dr. Love said. Adjustments needed to be made. So the vision is still there. The vision is still strong. It's flowing. But I'm glad it did happen the way it did.
All right. Excellent. So Guys, that's step number one. Step one, you have to have a vision. When you pull back that arrow on that bow and arrow, you need to have a target set up in front of you, okay? Breathe, stay calm, keep your eyes on the prize, aim at that vision, aim at that vision. And we're going to talk about step number two, and we're going to bring in none other than the professor, and the professor is going to talk to you guys about step number two, what you can do to level up to get ready to go into 2021.
Beautiful, Bobby. So listen, of course, you heard that it is a requirement. Number one is to have a vision. You got to know where you're going. If you have a GPS, you got to set the destination for where you're going, right? Having that vision for your life is absolutely critical. So that's number one. So number two is something that's, oftentimes, people struggle with, because know you have the goal, know that you have this vision. Then what comes up? The question now comes up then, okay, what should I do? What should I do? What direction should I go in, right? So you're really starting to focus on how do you manifest that vision. And one of the things you have to understand is this, that, we live in a world of unlimited possibilities. There are unlimited ways in which your vision can come to you. There are different ways in which things can manifest in your life. And so when we focus so much on the how, we limit a lot of our possibilities. We limit the opportunities for different ways in which that vision can manifest. See, when you have a vision, that's a desire, right? And desire is possibility seeking expression. Let me say that again. So the desire, that vision, that goal you have is possibility seeking expression. And so oftentimes, and I know I've made this mistake so many times in my life, is that you want to control, you want certainty, right? And certainty comes with knowing exactly how things are going to happen, right? And if you don't know how things are going to happen, you feel a lack of clarity, you feel a lack of control in your life. But what we're saying in number two is you got to let go. You got to let go of knowing how the thing is going to happen. You got to allow for those possibilities of new relationships and new people to come into your life, new opportunities to come into your life, versus you dictating that it has to come through this particular way. I'm going to give you guys an example of what that looks like. It's a situation that happened in my own life. I remember there was a time when I was on this whole health kick, right? I was studying about health and, wanting to make sure that I was taking the right vitamins and all the good stuff. And so I remember that there was a time when I learned about alkaline water. And I heard that alkaline water was really good for your body. If you had inflammation, if you had issues, if you drank alkaline water, it was going to be the holy grail. You're going to solve all your problems. So I dived deep into this thing. I started learning about alkaline water. And I learned about this machine called the Kangen machine. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about it, but it's called the Kangen machine. So these machines at the time, they range anywhere from like $2,000 to like $4,000, right? If you got the high grade one, they were like $4,000. And I remember, at the time when there was a lady who was in my networking group, and I asked her to come and do a presentation for me so you can learn about this machine and understand what the pricing was and everything. And at the time, my business wasn't doing so well. I wasn't making a lot of money. And, oftentimes I would allow the money to decide what's possible for my life. I'm sure you guys can relate to that, right? Sometimes you want to make decisions for your life, but you look at your bank account and you say, well, it's not possible because my bank account is really low right now. Right? And so I was in that type of situation. And so, but I still had the lady come over and do the presentation. And after the presentation, I said, well, how much is it going to cost? And she said, man, it's going to cost $4,000. I was like, $4,000? I'm like, no, $4,000. That's really, really expensive. But I really wanted the machine. I really wanted it. I really had a vision for and seen myself, having this machine and using it for my health and everything. And so, I said, you know what? I know it's $4,000. I look at my bank account. I'm like, but I don't have $4,000 to spend right now. But I said, you know what? I'm making a decision. I'm making a decision that I'm going to have this machine. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm getting this machine, right? And so because I made that decision, remember I said decision or desire, I had that desire, which is possibility seeking expression. All of a sudden, I'm going to tell you what happened. This is a funny thing that happened. I went to this networking event. I was going to this group event with a couple of guys, and I'm there like with the guys sitting down, and all of a sudden, this guy comes in to the meeting. And now, interesting enough, this guy wasn't even coming to the actual location for the meeting. He was actually going to another place across the street, but he saw the building, came over and saw us there in the meeting and said, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And asked about what we're doing in terms of the meeting. We told him, and then he said, "Well, this sounds interesting. I want to join." So he joins the meeting. Fast forward a couple of weeks go by. We get to know each other. We're sitting down talking and telling him about my desire to get into health and all these different things. And he said, "You know what? I have this Kangen machine, and it's an alkaline machine." I was like, "Wait, you have a Kangen machine?" I was like, he's like, "Yeah, I have a Kangen machine." I was like, "Wow, I've been wanting a Kangen machine. I just had this lady do a presentation for me recently, and I was blown away because now all of a sudden this Kangen machine was right here in front of me." So I said to him, "Hey, would it be possible if I borrowed the Kangen machine from you?" Right? Right? At first, I wanted to get the machine, pay for it, but here's somebody who had one, and it was available because he had an insurance company before, and unfortunately, his insurance company failed, and now he had this Kangen machine stored under his cabinet. But because of a conversation, he said, "Hey, I'll let you use it." So all of a sudden, I have this Kangen machine now. I brought it home. I'm getting my Kangen water. I'm sharing the water. And, through conversation, me and this guy start talking. And I said, "Hey, let me ask you this. How much would you sell that Kangen machine to me for?" And he ended up basically saying, he was going through hard times. So he said, I'll sell it to you for $500. I said, "You can sell it for me for $500 for real?" I said, "You gonna sell it for $500 to me? Really?" And so here am I in a situation where in one part of my life, I'm having a conversation with someone who says the machine is going to cost $4,000. And I made a decision that I was going to get it, regardless of what it costs. And then all of a sudden, the universe, God, created an opportunity for me. I didn't know that was going to happen. I couldn't tell you and predict that this is the circumstance that was going to happen. But the universe, God, created an opportunity to bring somebody into my life who was in a situation where they had a Kangen machine that they wanted to let go of at a price that was within the budget that I had. And so what I'm saying to you oftentimes is when we paint our vision, when we have our vision about things that we want, when we have these desires, we allow the how to stop us from just deciding and really committing ourselves to that vision. Right? We make not knowing the how stop us from continuing to pursue forward. Like the only way that it can happen is if I had to pay a monthly payment or had the $4,000. That was not the only possibility. There were other possibilities as well. So when you have your vision, one of the things I want to recommend that you do, you always want to stay focused on that vision, not worry about the how, let go of the how, and allow the universe, God, to create possibilities in your life so that it can bring those circumstances to you. So just know that unlimited possibilities exist and you can definitely manifest. So I want to open up to the panel right now and just ask a question to everyone. You guys heard my story, and I want to know if you guys have been through any similar situations in your life where you didn't know the how, but you took action anyway, and all of a sudden it actually worked out for you. So anyone has any sort of situation or circumstance like that in their life? I see that Lamont raised his hand. Lamont, come on in, my man.
So in 2018, I was living in transitional housing for homeless men. And for me, I was in getting to the end of my year there, and I knew that I needed to move. I didn't know where I was going to move. I didn't have any possibilities that I thought in moving. But what I did was I got a box. I went and got boxes and start packing. So that's when I took action. And when it all worked, the way that it worked out, I looked at one property, one place, one person, and was able to get into where I'm living at now, where I'm broadcasting now from. So I didn't get caught up in the thought of I didn't know where I was going to go. I just knew that it was time for me to move. And so what I did is I just started packing boxes. And eventually it started moving boxes to the front door of the place. And then it just worked out. Here I am now, a year out of being homeless. So that's when it worked out. That's me letting go of the how, moving in faith, and here I am today standing to be able to tell this story.
Yeah. So my mic was off. So now I appreciate you, Lamont, for being just totally transparent in sharing that, because one of the things so many of us go through life and we're different circumstances and positions in our life, and we think because I'm in this particular circumstance, then there's no way that things can work out for us. And you just heard someone who said, hey, even though I was in a really, really bad situation, I let go of needing to know the how, and just basically allowed for possibilities to express itself. And now all of a sudden the transformation happened because you held on to that vision, that desire that you had for your life. I love that. Love that. So any other ones that we have? Do we have any other ones that's any stories where things were happening and you didn't know how it was going to work out, but you did not make that how, or the not knowing exactly how it's going to work would stop you from moving forward? Anybody else that has a story like that? All right. It looks like John is up.
I was going to say that's been the story of my life, quite frankly. Is that anything I've done, for the most part, I haven't known how I'm going to do it moving forward. And I've been in a number of different industries. So I've done the seminar circuit, performed live. I've done speech writing. I've owned my own fitness center. And now I'm back speaking again. And in every one of those situations, it was a matter of, I'm not quite sure how to do this. Let me do what Bobby did and pick up a book. But they say you don't learn how to box by reading a book. You got to get up and eventually throw some punches and hopefully not get hit by too many, but you learn by doing. So I would say that most of what I've done has been, I see something that looks interesting, let me give it a shot and see how it works out. The truth is that I look back on my fitness studio, and I kept saying this all the way through, if I knew what I was going to have to do in order to run the fitness studio, I never would have opened it. So it was a good thing that I just learned as I got to each spot, because there were some dollars that were going to need to be laid out that I didn't have. There were some regulations that I wasn't prepared for. All of these things that I didn't know before I got to the spot. And when I got there, I just had to figure out how. So sometimes it's better to not know, because as you were pointing out, Darian, all of these limitations that you have in your mind about, well, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't have the knowledge, all of that will actually prevent you from moving forward. So my life has just been, I don't know how, but we'll figure it out.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. So let go of knowing the how and keep moving forward. Steve Jobs says that, possibilities, actually, he said that possibilities can never come to the mind of the person who's focused on limitation, right? So what you want to do is always be focusing on possibilities. And if you let go of the how, you allow possibilities to express. You allow those possibilities to express. So the first thing we talked about, of course, number one is the vision. Number two is we talked about letting go of the how, right? We talked about letting go of the how. And number three, of course, the great Rudy is going to come in and share the third principle with you. So I'm going to have Rudy come up and just bless us with that third principle. Rudy, take it away, my man.
Yeah, man. So thanks, guys, for sharing that. So vision, let go of the how. And I like what everybody's commenting. Guys, if you're resonating with this, type in hashtag heart level. Type in hashtag heart level. Tammy said powerful. Dr. Ingram said God will always work it out. People are just commenting and sharing, what is being said. And I'm definitely resonating with the panelists about what they've had to do, man. Some powerful stories there. And I want to talk to you about taking the first step. And before I do that, I want you to watch this video. As I'm watching it, I want you to see this guy, right? This guy took the first step. He didn't know what was going on. I bet you anything, he had no clue what was about to happen. But guess what? He felt it. He didn't know what was going to happen, but he took the first step. Check this out. Check this guy out. Check this guy out. Right? So this guy right here, go ahead, Lamont. This guy right here is doing his thing, man. He's just like, look, I'm just vibing for this. People are watching him on the sideline. What is this guy doing? The second guy comes and join him. Don't even know his name. He just started doing his thing. Third guy looks like he can't even dance. But he's like, you know what? I'm just going to join in. First step, right? Then the next people start. And then people still watching, right? You see the people watching there. More people start to join in and they start to get into the action. Why? Why is it that this one particular guy, who has, by the way, no dancing skills whatsoever, has no dancing skills, but by the time he's done, literally, this guy has created a whole community for himself by doing what? Take the first step. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about. I want to talk to you guys about taking the first step. And I love this quote by Martin Luther King. It says, take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, but take the first step. You don't have to see the whole staircase, but take the first step. And I know a little thing too about taking the first step, because here's the thing. I remember when I started my company, going on, it's going to be 20 years next year. When I started this company, I didn't know how. I didn't know. I had the vision. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know when it was going to happen. All I knew is I knew what I saw. I knew what I envisioned. I knew when I met with each client what it looked like to me. But I had no clue what it was going to take the first step. And I remember as clear as day when God spoke to me and he says, you know what you need to do? You need to have your clients do a service contract. I'm like, service contract for what? Like, you know, my boss is getting paid all this money right now because, you know, whenever they need us, they call us. Boom, it's just an automatic 150. But something was saying, man, what if we could do it differently? What if we could change differently? And so I go to my boss, right? And I tell my boss, hey, you should do service contracts. My boss was like, no, I'm good. No, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. And so I started thinking to myself, I said, he doesn't want to do it, but I think that'd be a phenomenal idea. So fast forward years later, company gets shut down, and the company started going out of business, really, and starting to get to a place where, you know, things weren't going as great. And I remember that day when I went to the bank and I went to cash my check, and the teller said, sorry, Mr. LaRose, there are no funds to cash your check. I mean, can you imagine? You need to pay your mortgage. You need to pay your car. You need to pay, you know, Uncle Sam. You need to pay whatever. And you take your payroll check from a major company now to get it cashed, and there's no money in the bank. And that's what happened to me. That's literally what happened to me. Not just once, but twice. And I remember when the second time happened, I said, you know, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go, but I know that I have to go somewhere. I know that I have to act on this vision. I know that I have to do something. And so when I started my company, guess what I did? I drew up my little service contract. Because why? That's all I had. I literally started with what I had, with what I knew. And sometimes that's what we have to do, guys. We have to start where you are. You have to start with the things that you have. And so I started with my little service contracts, and I went to my first client and they said yes. And I went to my second client and they said yes. And I went to my third and my fourth and my fifth, and they all said yes. And because of that, today, almost 20 years later, I'm still in business, still thriving, still pushing forward, still moving in the direction of this vision that I've had almost 20 years ago. And I'm here to tell you that you may not know what to do next. You may not know how it's going to be laid out. You know, you may not have a perfect plan. You may not have the perfect scenario, the perfect situation, but guess what? What do you have? What can you do right now? What can you put out so that you can show people your value? And as men, I want to encourage you today to do just that, to step out. You may not see how it's going to work out. Like John said earlier, I didn't know how it was going to be. As a matter of fact, if I knew, I probably wouldn't have taken this step. And sometimes that's the problem. We try to know too much before we take the first step. I'm here to tell you, take the first step. I heard somebody said the other day to an 18-year-old, it's like, yeah, you know, I want to go out there and test things out and you know, and you know, I don't want to fail. And the guy was like, fail? Man, you 18. You can't fail. You just, all you getting is feedback. You 18. What do you mean fail? Fail at what? You're going to get feedback. And sometimes that's what we got to do. We got to go out there and get feedback. If you didn't do it right the first time, do it right the second time or the third time or the fourth time. Start in beta mode. Whatever you got to do. Get some trusted friends. Get some people that's already there. Get some people that can give you wise counsel with what you're trying to do. Not the naysayers. Not the ones who've never done it. Not the ones who say, oh, man, you shouldn't do that. You're not going to do that. You'll never do that. No, not those people. I'm talking about the ones who say, hey, I want to build a car and I want to take it to the moon. You call that guy and that guy is going to tell you, okay, what color do you want? How you going to make it fly? What's your budget? You know, how you go, you know, are you going to call Elon Musk or how you going to make it happen? You want to call the people that's going to believe in you. And I don't care if somebody calls you with the stupidest idea. Right? I read a shirt that said once, man, that's a stupid idea. When do we start? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you don't take the first step, you'll never know. And so I want to bring in the panel and talk to them about, you know, a time in their life when, you know, perhaps they took the first step in doing something and what it looked like, or maybe about the mental challenges that they felt in doing so, or even how they felt when things started to work out. Like, I want for you guys to share maybe, you know, one or two stories about when you took that first step, what it felt like, you know, the frustrations, the agony, whatever. Just share, you know, with the audience about that real quick.
So let me jump in on this. So I moved to Florida it's 2 years, 2 weeks ago. On September the 6th, I moved to Florida. Now, I've lived 30 years in New Jersey. I lived 30 years in Essex County, New Jersey. So I've never really made a big move in my life. So when I came out here, I didn't have a career plan. I didn't know what I was going to do. All I know is I had gifts. And I knew that my strongest gift is to network and build. And I have speaking talent. I didn't even know I could write a book at this moment. So what ended up happening is once I came out here, I knew that the important thing is I need to be involved in a circle, because it's bad to be in a strange area and you don't want to be a stranger in the strange area. So I took the first step, initiated, got myself around some people. I ended up getting plugged in with a few people, and it started just building. And started building. My first connection with somebody, they did me dirty. They betrayed my trust, and I had to lick those chops and still trust people. I couldn't have that. Oh, that's it. Everybody in Florida bad mentality. I was not allowed to have that. So I had to go and find new people to trust my instinct, trust my energy, and allow those people. And allow God to guide me on this journey. So as I got around certain people, I got around another crew of people, then it just got me into a circle where now I'm part of this confidence factor with these men. And it came from me, from trial and error. I didn't just come in and just say, oh, I found these. I had to work my way up there. I had to be betrayed. I had to find good friends. I had to find good people. I had to find people that would be better. And then it got to this point where I'm on this panel and I'm around the people that is going to help elevate me and level me up to whatever goals I got to do in life.
Man, that's awesome, man. Javon, thank you so much for sharing that. And it's because of being in that community right now. My man is starting a brand new business in the midst of all this stuff that's going on. And that's what we do. We encourage one another. Anybody else want to share that? Give me a really feedback. Guys, if you're listening to on the live, if you resonate with what we're saying, make sure you put in #heart level. If you have some things that you want to drop for people who are watching, make sure you put it in the comments section as we're about to close in a few minutes. But anybody else want to take that? What are, what was the one time that you just took the first step and you're like, wow, I didn't know how this was going to work out, but man, it worked out beautifully. Or maybe it didn't work out, but you still learned something. I want to hear from you guys.
So for me, what really, my vision changed in 2020 because with my business, but what really happened was I woke up on July the 1st, 2020, and I said, I'm going to start a new business, Platinum Media Productions. And my first step was filling out the paperwork to get it done. I didn't know how I was going to do it, how I was going to run this company, but I just moved. And then all the things that I needed to get to make this successful started being drawn to me. I woke up one day and there was a different platform on my email that I can use to run the company. Everything that I needed just started coming to me. So taking the first step, being decisive and saying, this is what I'm going to do. Even though I don't know how to do all that needs to be done, I'm going to take the first step. And what happens is momentum builds, and all that momentum builds to a point where here I am right now, helping produce Confidence Factor. We were drawn to each other in the need to make this happen. And I'm just, and other clients are coming my way. So I just let go of the how, and I took the first step.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let go of the how and taking the first step. Man, that's so powerful, guys. Man, as we come to the end of this show already, man, where did the time go, guys? Crazy, man. So 3 steps, guys. We spoke about it. Have the vision, put it together. Anything and everything that's in your head, write it down. I don't care how crazy it looks. I don't care if in your mind you say, I'm going to build an electric car. You know what I'm saying? And there's none around. I don't care if you say I'm going to build a space shuttle or I'm going to build, you know what? If it hasn't been done yet, maybe you're the person to do it. Don't ever think that just because it hasn't been done that you can't do it. Don't ever think that maybe the resources are not there. Have the vision and start on the vision. Let go of the how, take the first step, and let's knock it out. And above all things, if you have a community, if you have men that are here to challenge you, to plant you, to guide you, to help you along this journey, man, it makes it even more sweeter. Because no man is an island, right? And so I want to bring back my fellas here before we close out, guys. Man, I'm thankful about this, guys. I'm so thankful for this conversation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I wanted to just I just wanted to really reiterate what you said there, Rudy. It's so essential that once you have the vision, you let go of the how and you start taking that first step, you're going to have to continue to take steps. And one of the things I always say is that life management is always about mind management. Mm-hmm. You're gonna deal with some mental obstacles. You're gonna deal with some physical obstacles along the way, and that's why it's so essential to have community. That's why you need to have brothers around you to support you, to hold you accountable to that vision, to remind you of why you started on that journey. Right. So community is so essential. Accountability is so essential because listen, for me, if left to my devices, I'll just not continue to do it. Right. I'll not move forward as fast as I would like to. So understand that that's critically important. And that's the reason why we put together a 7-day challenge, right? We want to build a process and help you guys to be part of a 7-day process so that you will keep moving forward. You take these 3 principles that we talk about and you have a structured way of implementing that. So here's what we want you to do. We want you to go over to challenge.confidencefactor.com. That's challenge.confidencefactor.com. We should have the link in the description here. So if you see it in the description, click on the link, go over to the landing page and register. It's coming below here as well, right? You see that little scrolling thing going on right there. You click on that challenge. Well, you can't click there, but you click on the one above. But you can type in challenge.confidencefactor.com. Go ahead and register. We'd love to have you. It's going to be a fun, empowering, very, very supportive challenge, and really providing you guys with the tools, the resources, just giving you an action plan, accountability, and a community for your success. So we're looking forward to seeing you there. Great stuff.
And as we close out, man, everything we do it at heart level. We're going to play this video real quick for you guys to talk about the challenge. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please catch us next week. Same time, same Confidence Factor channel. That's right. We got our own channel. You know, Confidence Factor Talks. And before we close out, shout out to my man, Mr. Andy Henriquez, baby. Master Storyteller Academy. We here. We see you, baby. We see you.
and thank you also to all the panel guests as well for showing up and adding value, sharing your gift and value to the listeners. We honor you. We thank you so much. And of course, Javon with the Level Up book, be sure to go ahead and grab your copy. We want to support, his work and what he's doing to transform the lives of the people that he's meant to serve. So thank you so much for being here. Again, in everything that we do. How do we do it, fellas? Oh, we do
heart level.
We doing heart level. We doing the video.
Heart level. Show them the video. Show them the video. They're watching it way out.
Show